Saddlebags, an absolute essential for cycling because you need to carry some spare stuff with you to get you out of pickles. Now, this video is going to be more orientated towards the beginner cyclist, as this is what you need in your saddlebag. Of course, if you've been cycling for a while, I'd love to know if you think I've missed anything in this video. But for me, I have 4 essentials that you absolutely need to carry with you at all times when you're riding, and then the rest are just going to be extras on top and stuff that you like to pick and choose from. And of course, guys, you don't want to be that one person on the ride that doesn't carry any spares or anything to fix their own bike. I can promise you, if you're just relying on other people, you're going to really annoy your cycling buddies or your friends, or maybe some people you've never met before. Saddlebags are very personal because you just essentially carry what you think you need. And at the end of the video, I'm also going to show you alternative options to saddlebags and what I personally like to carry in my saddlebag as well. Chapters always linked below, but let's get into the essentials. So my 4 essentials are already in this saddlebag and they are very, very simple. First of all, you need a multi-tool, something to maybe take your wheel off or just do up some bottle cage bolts, things like that. You can get these for pretty cheap and they don't need to be very big, but they can get more complex with more and more things on them. Next up is the spare inner tube. You absolutely need to have something that you can change a tire with. As a change a tire, you're also going to need some tire levers there. I'm not going to show you in this video how to use them. There's loads of videos on how to change a tire out there. These are just what you need to carry in the saddlebag. One thing I must say, guys, this is a butyl inner tube. I don't carry these. I haven't carried these for years. I carry these TPU inner tubes. One, you can see just how much smaller they are compared to the butyl tube here. So that means I can fit not 1, not 2, but 3 of these guys for the same space that one of these guys takes up, meaning I can carry a lot more spares. And these 3 are the same weight as one of these. They come with lots of benefits. I've got videos linked below if you want to know more about TPU inner tubes, but that leaves me with one more thing. There are 3 of the essentials, but you need a way to pump up those tires. So you can either carry a mini pump with you. Nowadays, people just carry electric mini pumps with them. They normally pump up 2 to 3 tires. You can select how much PSI that you want. And, well, they're a lot easier and a lot less effort than anything else. Your final option for pumping tires up is a CO2 breaker and a CO2 canister. Once again, lots of videos out there on how to use them. But sometimes, if you're a beginner, these can be a little bit finicky. And once you've used the gas in there, it's gone. So you've basically got one chance to get it right. So generally, I recommend these more for experienced riders. So guys, there is my essentials list, those 4 things. That's all you need. That's gonna get you out of like 95% of situations. Now for me, the things from here become optional, but depending on what kind of riding you're doing or who you are, you might want to add these things into your saddlebag as well. Optional extra number 1 is if you run tubeless, then you might want something that you can use to plug those inner tubes. So you're gonna need these little worms and just a tool like this. Sometimes there's neat solutions like this one that work both. It has like a tubeless plug kit and a CO2 breaker. Next optional extra, I mean, a lot of us are running electronic group sets nowadays, so just a spare battery to bring with you generally work for most things on most electronic group sets. Next up, a little bit of cash. It's never a bad thing to have a little bit of cash with you. This one's obviously been in there for a long period of time, but you never know when it will get you out of a pickle. If you're changing lots of things out on your bike, maybe you might want to bring like a small torque wrench with you. This one's just like a standard 6 Newton meter with lots of different heads on there. Certain brands like Topic and stuff do probably sleeker, more integrated kits like that as well. Generally, you should be torquing things up at home, but yeah, if you really want to carry it with you, you can. Once again, another one that you should be doing at home, but maybe just some bike lubricant. You can obviously get much smaller bottles than this that you can decant this stuff into if you just need some spare lube, bike lube to hang around with you. I wax my chain, so this is pretty much useless. For those of you who do wax your chains, maybe just a spare pair of quick links that you can quickly, if anything fails on the normal quick links, then you can just swap these out, pop them back in your chain and get going again. A multi-tool, I know I've already had this one, but you can get much bigger ones that have much more tools on them. For example, they can have like chain pliers, chain breakers, torque wrenches, just things that you might want specifically, but This will once again get you out of 99% of situations. Next one that I usually carry, if somehow you've punctured all of your inner tubes, especially if you're carrying 3 TPUs, I carry like a tubed patch kit. In here I have patches for TPU tubes, which I've never had to use, and also regular clear patches for a butyl inner tube. So if you puncture this, you can sand it with that little guy, stick a patch over it, and then pump your tyre back up. But if I've gone through 3 inner tubes already, I'm probably going to be calling a taxi. Some of you might want to carry some tape. Now obviously you don't need to carry this whole thing. You can just grab a small tube and wrap some around it, but it could be useful in some situations. Sometimes people like cable ties or zip ties, whatever you want to call them, but the smaller ones can be useful if you're doing like bike packing and you get into a sticky situation. Now guys, there are some alternatives to the saddlebag. Of course, when we cycle, our cycling jerseys do have pockets. You can just use them if you want to. A tube, something to pump them up, and some tyre levers, you're pretty much there. There is also another option that doesn't require saddlebags or pockets, and that is the bottle. They do sell specific ones like this that don't have like a normal bottle lid, but you can just shove all your spares and your tubes in there, and you can usually fit quite a lot in these as well. A lot of people also carry their jackets, their rain capes with them, and they just sit in the back there and looks like a normal bottle. Generally, it's a slightly sleeker solution than having this, but it does also sacrifice a bottle space. Personally, I carry 2 bottles with me because I go through a lot of water, so this solution doesn't work for me. Of course guys, saddlebags come in all shapes and sizes. Most people aren't going to need ones much bigger than this. It's going to get you out of 95% of situations. But if you're going for a longer ride, things like bike packing, stuff like that, you might want a much bigger saddlebag such as this one that can just carry a lot more things, extras, and then maybe a toothbrush as well. Now I did say I would show you what I like to run in my saddlebag, so here is a super quick rundown of what I always carry with me on every single ride. So the essentials: multi-tool, tyre levers, some cycling unboxed stickers whenever I reach a col or a pass, 3 TPU inner tubes, some spare quick links, 11 speed and 12 speed because I'm on 11 but most people are on 12, some alcohol wipes just in case I want to cleaning, or I'm using these patches to patch an inner tube so I can clean the surface. And then finally, a very, very last resort, I've got a CO2 and CO2 breaker with me. But I'd never actually normally use this. Like I said, this CO2 is a very, very last resort. I always carry an electronic mini pump in my pocket. So this should give me about 3 tyres, and if I need one more, then I have the CO2. So guys, there it is. As far as I'm concerned, that's practically everything you need to know about saddlebags. Of course, if I have missed anything out that you'd like to carry that's different, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always open to new ideas. If you do have any specific questions for me guys, feel free to put them in the comments down below, or you can find me on Instagram over here where you can look at my daily shenanigans. Anyway guys, I've been Jason, this has been Cycling Unboxed. I'll see you in another video.